lips are so chapped. Winter's coming. Winter is coming. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I don't usually start with no makeup on, but I thought I would today. That's why. So as you can see with the title, today we're going to be playing with Primark makeup. I went and bought some makeup and I thought we would test it out. The only thing I can kind of see that I don't have is a concealer, because I thought I had one so I didn't buy one. I can't find it in my drawer. I probably decluttered it, so I might have to use my own concealer. But apart from that, we've got foundation in terms, well, in way of a stick. We have like a bronzer contour palette. We have another contour palette, a very, very cool toned eyeshadow palette, lip products, brow products, lashes, and tools. I got brushes and a sponge. I really wanted to get these because I think that these would be a really good gift for someone in your life that likes makeup. It's £10 and you get 2, 4, 6, 7 brushes. So I thought I could test these out and see if they're any good and let you know. And also the PS Pro latex free makeup sponge. I've never tried a Primark makeup sponge. I'm very, very fussy when it comes to my makeup sponges, so I thought we could try this out. So I might go and wet this just now. It does come with a little like holder if you wanted that. That was £3, so I'm gonna go wet this sponge and then we'll come back and apply some makeup. Give me a second. It actually got quite a lot bigger and softer, but it's not the softest sponge. But I don't feel like I'm gonna hate it, which is a good thing. So I'm gonna start off using the PS My Perfect Color foundation and contour stick. I picked up the shade Ivory because I didn't want to pick up porcelain because I don't want to be the palest shade all the time. So let's see. I'm pretty sure I've tried this like years ago, like the first foundation stick they brought out, and I really liked it, but it broke me out. So I'm gonna put a fair amount on because I like wearing a lot of makeup. And it actually didn't feel really draggy on my skin. I'm gonna pull these brushes out. I wanted to show you them in the packaging because I think I might use this glued in. I think I might use this dual fibre one. Doesn't have a name, doesn't say anything. It's just a dual fibre brush. I'm gonna buff this into the skin. I actually haven't primed. I moisturised before I went out this morning to buy this stuff, but I haven't primed. Mostly because I forgot. It's actually a pretty good colour for me. I'm glad I didn't go for porcelain. And this brush is actually doing a really nice job. It's really soft. Not the softest brush I've ever touched, but I mean it is pretty soft. In terms of coverage, good medium coverage. My skin is pretty good at the moment, and hopefully when I take this makeup off it'll still be pretty good, but definitely not full coverage, and it's got a pretty kind of dewy look to it. So if you've got dry skin, I imagine this would feel pretty nice. I like that brush. I'll definitely keep using that brush with other foundations. I'm just going to go in with a sponge just to pat over it and make sure I've got no like streak marks in my skin. But actually I think that brush was really good. First brush in, I like. Yeah, pretty happy with that base. I'm going to throw on a concealer. I'll just put on a drugstore one just so that we're kind of on theme. I'll just use my conceal and define. So base is looking pretty good. Final step for this is powder, and I got the PS My Perfect Colour mattifying powder in the shade Porcelain. So this might make me even more pale, but oh well. And which brush in here should I use for powder? Yeah, I mean these brushes are pretty soft, you know. It don't seem to be shedding, and that's quite a nice shape for a powder brush, like it's not super thin. Let's give that a go. Okay, let's try out this powder. I do tend to quite like Primark powders that I've tried. I do my eye area first. I've just remembered I was gonna cream contour, but now I've powdered. That ain't gonna happen. I've used quite a lot of this powder, like I've dipped in quite a few times, and I still feel like my skin feels a bit tacky. And I personally like my skin to feel really matte when I'm like, you know, trying to make it matte, because I don't like blending powders on top of a base that's like got some stick to it. So I feel like I'm having to go in with quite a lot of this powder to mattify it. But I mean, it's doing a good job, and it's not oxidizing my foundation. And like where I have, yeah, that's better. I do feel like that feels a lot more kind of secure, and like that'll last quite a while. Yeah, this powder brush is not as dense as the powder brushes I usually use. Like if I compare this one, like this one's got a lot more bristles than this one. This one's a lot more dense. And I prefer that because I feel like it packs on the powder. Whereas this one's a bit more just flimsy. It's not a bad brush by any means. I've used a lot worse from like eBay sets and stuff, but yeah, I do still feel like there's patches of my face that aren't quite set. I can't be bothered powdering my face anymore, so I'm just gonna work with that. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how my base looks, like looking in the mirror. Like it's not bad at all, but it doesn't look as nice as I can make my base look usually. And the brush did shed a tiny bit, nothing to worry about. I'm just gonna go with a denser brush and the same powder and just pack it on underneath my eyes a bit more. Because if I don't use quite a lot of powder under there, it get really, really creased. Lovely jubbly. That's not bad. I mean, I'm pretty pleased with that, really. What next? So I've got two different like face palettes. This one is the Bronze Me Up Highlight and Contour Face Palette. So this has a cream contour in it, like a cream highlighter. These are powders, and then these up here are very pretty highlights. But I think I'm going to use that to bronze, and I'm going to use the PS Nudes Contour Palette and use this shade here to contour my face. Now it does say in here one of these brushes is for contouring. I mean, in my humble opinion, that's too big for contouring. I'd maybe use that for bronzing or blush, and then use the other big face brush for bronzing or blush, I don't know which. So I'm going to use my own brush to contour, and I'm just going to pick up Reveal. I need to blend it more, but that is pigmented. Not a bad colour for my pale skin. So it has got pigment, but just on first impressions, it's not blending as easy as other contours I've tried, but I mean, it is blending, just maybe with a bit more effort. that's definitely more pigmented than I kind of expected it to be. Just going over with my powder brush. Okay, that's rectifying it. I like a lot of contour anyway, so it's fine, but yeah, that is pretty pigmented. I'm not sure if it's having trouble blending because my base still feels a little bit tacky or what. I mean, it's fine. It's not the best contour I've ever used, but it's not bad. I'm gonna pick up the bigger of the two fluffy brushes that I've got left, and I'm gonna dip into this Bronze Me Up palette. I did get this a while ago, but when I was in store today, they had it in both Primarks, so I'm gonna use this powder bronzer here. It looks very orange indeed. I am nervous about this. See, look how it would just go lightly. It'll all be fine. I don't really love doing testing videos, and it's why I don't really do them very often, because when I sit down to film, because I have a full-time job, on my days off all I do is film. And like before work sometimes I'll film, and after work I'll edit, and it's literally work, film. So I like knowing that at the end of a video I'm gonna like the outcome of it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want to waste a day filming a video where the makeup turns out looking shocking. So I'm going in with a light hand, and this is actually working not that badly. I think that looks quite nice. Not really got many complaints from it. Yeah, I mean, it's alright. So I like to highlight next, and I got this PS Brunch Club highlighter, which is like a Kylie dupe. Look at that. I've not tried this on my face, but I have swatched it. I swatched it in my haul. Just on my finger. Just my brush. So I'll show you a swatch of it. So it's quite icy. This is like, there was 4 shades in this kind of packaging. A really light one, this one, a pink one, like a really deep pink though, and a really deep bronze. So I felt like this shade was going to be best for my skin tone. I do have a highlight in here, this one here, shade Pure, which might be better for my skin tone. Let me swatch that one. That's the Brunch Club, and that's Pure. They're pretty similar. And then there's actually 2 in this palette, but they're both way too dark for me. I'm going to start off with this one. This one was £2.50. And by the way, that contour palette, the Nudes contour palette, is £4. And I think that Bronze Me palette is £6. I think Primark are quite well known for like having a good highlighter formula, and this is nice. I mean, it's very shimmery, really pretty blending. I mean, that's quite nice. It's pigmented, it's blending nicely, it's pretty glowy. But I do feel like it's definitely leaving a cast on my skin, like it's not the right shade for me. Yeah, it's definitely leaving a cast. I'm going to go over the top then with this shade Pure from the Nudes palette and see if I can just make it look a bit better. And I can try out more shades. I mean, look at that glow. I think I prefer the one in this palette, but I can still see a cast on my skin looking dead on. Hamish is coming home. I just had some tomato soup, so if my mouth looks a bit orange, that's why. I'm going to use my last unused fluffy brush and dip into this shade here from the Nudes palette and use this as my blush. I always think blush after highlight just helps the highlight look better and kind of blend more into your skin. My brows really need filled in, so I picked up this PS Skinny Brow Pencil. This was £2, as you can see, and I'm really excited for this. This was in, well, it's in the shade brown. So one end is a spoolie, I was hoping, and the other end is this, what looks like pretty precise, thin little brow pencil. So I'll just do one on camera, just for time's sake. It's gonna brush through. I really need to film when Hamish isn't home because I'm constantly editing out like coughing or him dropping something. Okay, so I've brushed them through, and now, do I have a mirror on anything? I'm gonna start just to fill in. I don't really use pencils as much as pomades anymore because I feel like with pomades I get really fine little brush strokes. And with pencils I always make my brows look really blocky. I'm just gonna just try and do a nice brow, maybe not a hugely exciting brow. It's working so well. Like, really well. I think that looks pretty good compared to the other brow. It just looks more structured and more defined. I'm pretty happy with that actually. I mean, that's really good. That is genuinely just as good as the NYX micro brow pencil, or dare I say it, my ABH brow is. I mean, there's really no difference. That's really good, and they had a bunch of shades and it's $2, so yeah, that's amazing. I'll do my other brow quickly off camera and then we'll be back for eyes. Okay, both brows on, don't really match. Doesn't really matter, does it? That's a really good brow pencil. I will probably go back and pick up like 5 more, because for £10 for 5 eyebrow pencils, like, it's a good deal. So, moving on to eyes. There was 2 eyeshadow palettes in store. One though was, there was only one apart from the tester and it was smashed. So it was like half price, but I was like, well, I'm not buying a smashed eyeshadow palette. And the other one is the PS Cool Smoke, which is £4, and it is extraordinarily cool toned. This is what it looks like. I haven't even swatched it yet. They look pretty in the pans. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this palette. I mean, they're very shiny, but some of the mattes. Give me 1 second. Aha! I've got this Berry Velvets one, which I've only swatched. I've not actually put it on my eyes. So we'll start off with the Cool Smokes. There are 3 eyeshadow brushes in that kit. This kind of fatter angled one, this kind of small blending one, and then this angled one. So I think I'm going to start off with a medium one. I'm definitely going to have to use my own brushes as well. And I'm going to take this warm brown. I'm going to, I mean, it's pigmented. Just put this in my crease. I don't know what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to throw on some colour. This is not a blending brush either. It's like pretty flat. Let me pick up the fatter one. It just looks way too big. And try. I don't like these eye brushes really. Well, I certainly don't like this one. It's not very soft. And I feel like I've just kind of buffed most of that shadow away. Right, what I've decided is I'm not very good at just like winging a look and making it actually look good. So I'm gonna go away, do this eye off camera, come up with a look that I'm happy with, and then I'll do it on this eye. But if I just sit here and throw colours on, it's gonna be a mess and it's not gonna look good in the end. So I'll be back in a second with this eye done and then try and replicate it on this eye, if I can make this work. But I probably will use both of these palettes as opposed to just one of them, so just be warned. So we're gonna go back in time and we're gonna pretend that this palette here doesn't exist except for the black shade. This is the look I've done, honestly. So I'm using the Berry Velvet palette, which looks like this. These are like the Huda dupe palettes. And actually quite a few shades in my crease are metallic shades because there's only 2 mattes in the palette. So, I mean, it's not the best, but oh well. I'm actually taking this really deep purple shade, which is just a straight up metallic shade. I know. And I need to kind of go over this grey. I mean, do you know what? These shadows actually are pretty good in this little berry palette. And I'm sure the smoky one is pretty good too. But I don't know, a whole palette of greys doesn't really inspire me. And I know I bought it, but I kind of bought it thinking it was the only option, forgetting that I had this one. I just think for me, if in doubt, throw on a cut crease because it's simple and easy and quick, but more interesting than just like putting one block colour all over my eyelid, which I very rarely do. Just like a colour over my eyelid. I'm going to grab a bigger brush and dip into this shade here, which is also, no, I think this is matte. I'm not sure. This is really pigmented, this shade. I'm just tapping off the excess. And bringing in more of that pink colour. Take this middle shade, which is a matte, and just blend this out some more. And for £3, I mean, I'm probably more impressed because it is not that bad. But it's certainly not a palette I would really gravitate towards. Making sure it's really deep. I'm actually going to use that black in a second as well. Yeah, I think if you've got like a teen that is getting into makeup and just wants to practice, then this palette would be really good for that. And actually I'm quite shocked at the quality. And they're blending really beautifully and they are really pigmented. Like, that's not really an issue. I don't know, I think my issue is I don't love the colours. I don't know, I don't mind them, I don't know. I can't make up my mind. I'm dipping into the smokes just for this black shade. I'm gonna pop that in the crease as well. This is actually a really good black. A really good black. Kind of popping that on messily, and then I'm going to blend it out with that deep purple again from this palette. And then I'm just going to grab that deep purple again, just using it dry by the way. Place that on my outer corner over that black. I'm just going to cut my crease really quickly. So to fill in the front, I'm grabbing this light pink shade straight over the concealer. It's actually a really pretty shade. Just have to build it up. Then I'm going to take this shade here, just on that same brush. Pop some of that where it meets. Might use my finger just to try and pat it on a bit better. This shade's a bit pants, to be honest, but I used it on the other side, so I feel like I have to use it on this side. I just feel like it makes my eyelid look quite chunky. I don't know. I'm gonna go back with that original pink shade. Just blend the edge at the beginning. And then I'm gonna use that deep purple again. I think that looks pretty similar. And then I'm just gonna fill in the lower lash line with just some of these deeper purple, reddy, pinky, purpley colors. Okay, then I took my PS Iconic eyeliner. So this is just like a felt tip black liner. And actually I really liked it on this side, like it's really easy to use. I love felt tip eyeliners, I find them so easy to use. So just before I throw on lashes, I put on a little bit of black eyeliner in my waterline. Because I didn't have a new one. Well, I didn't have a Primark one. Where's my brush? I'm going to go into this really light one here. Put that in my inner corner. This is such a gorgeous inner corner shade actually. It's got that like pink iridescence that I just love. And it's really pigmented actually. So obviously just using it dry. And then for lashes, I got the xoxo Paris lashes. Primark do have like Primark branded lashes. Must admit I don't like them. When I was just kind of discovering lashes for the first time, I did use quite a lot of the Primark ones and they were fine for then. Now, not so much. I need a thicker lash, a fuller lash, and the xoxo lashes are really, really good quality. They're £5. I buy so many pairs just to always have them on hand because I just think they're the best. These are the Paris ones, so they're quite fluttery, really, really pretty. So I'll throw these on and I'm hoping it will really lift this eye look and make it look a lot better. And then we'll move on to lips. We've got a couple different options. I think I know which one I'll pick, but yeah, we'll move on to lips once I put my lashes on. So if you watch my channel, you'll know that I love these bullet lipsticks that Primark do. But we got new things today. So I got two matte lip things, but two different ones. So I got a single of the PS Super Matte. This is in the shade Icon. I think these are like supposed to be Huda dupes from the packaging. And then I also got the kind of Kylie kit dupe. This is the lip kit, £3, and this is in the shade Hush. I think I'm going to use the nude because I think it'll go better with this look. But I do want to swatch this red because from the outside it looks like such a beautiful colour. Yeah, it's a really nice red shade actually, really, really like classic red. But I want to use the nude because it'll go better with this eye look. I need to get my scissors. I'm just gonna rip it. Rip it, rip it, rip it. So this comes with a lip liner and a liquid lipstick. Now I love Primark lip liners. some of the best lip liners I've ever used. This is slightly different packaging to the normal one, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Look how dry my lips are. Ugh. Right, let's try this. This is in the shade, I don't know if this will have a shade actually. No, I think it's just Hush, and it looks really pale, which is making me happy. Ooh, it's quite peachy pale though. Oh, I don't know. What kind of colour is that? It's like a yellow peach nude. Oh, that is not a nice colour. That's horrible. I don't know who that is gonna look good on. That is such a weird colour. That's not nice. I'm gonna go over it with my Primark lipstick just to try and do something. My lips look like shriveled up prunes at this point, but that colour is certainly slightly better than it was. Okay, so we've reached the end of my testing Primark journey. This is the finished look. I mean, this is not the worst makeup I've ever done, but it is certainly not the best. I don't really mind how the eyes came out. I mean, I like purples and pinks, and I like it with that black actually. It adds quite a lot of depth, but I've still got the nice kind of bright eyelid. Love the lashes, absolutely love xoxo lashes, and that eyeliner, where is it, is actually pretty good. So for £1.50, would recommend the eyeliner. Other things I would recommend are the eyebrow pencil, really good, like that a lot. I actually really like the foundation stick. Like, I think my skin looks pretty good. I don't think this would be the most long lasting base, because it is quite a dewy stick. I don't want to say oily because it's not oily, it doesn't feel horrible, but it's quite dewy without mattifying it. But I do really like the finish. I mean, I think my skin looks pretty good. Things that I'm just kind of meh about are the nude palette, because I feel like that contour shade's too deep for most, well, for me and for really fair skin it's going to be too deep. But I do like the highlight in it. I do think that's really nice, and the blush was really pleasant to use. Nothing wrong with it. The bronze palette, I think there's a reason I've never used this before, even though I've had it for a while. It's just not for me. The Cool Smoke was a bit of a waste of money, didn't really need this, but I guess if I want to do a really cool tone look, I could reach for it, because the shadows don't feel bad quality, and actually having used the Berry Velvet, the shadows are actually pretty good quality. The Brunch Club highlighter is definitely too, I don't know if it's too dark for my skin or if it just has a weird kind of undertone to it that's kind of like grey based, because it does have a nice sheen, but it has like a base colour that's just too dark for me. What else? This Hush set is the weirdest nude ever. Like, I don't know, it doesn't even look that weird swatched. Like, it just looks like a really pale nude, but it's so peach. And it's just weird. But the lip liner was pleasant. I'm looking forward to using that red, that looks nice. Oh, the brush set. Where's all the brushes? I actually am quite impressed by the brushes, and like I said, if you've got a teen, someone that's just kind of discovering makeup and getting into it and just wants a few brushes to mess around with, like, these are good. These are better than the brushes that I was using when I was getting into makeup. Like, I was just buying cheap eBay sets, and these are probably better, a better range. The eye brushes aren't great, but I mean, I don't know, they're just kind of weird shapes, but for the face brushes especially. 4 brushes, £10. That's not bad price at all. And you get the 3 eye brushes. So I would recommend those for a kind of younger person, or just yourself if maybe you want to expand your makeup brush collection a bit more. They're not bad brushes. Sponge was actually surprisingly okay. Wouldn't go and buy another one, but it wasn't awful. I've tried really bad sponges in the past. It's got this kind of felt bit at the bottom. I don't know what that's for. I think that's it. I probably missed something out, but that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Overall, I mean, I'm pretty pleased with how this look came out. Like, if I was going out to the shops or something now, I wouldn't bat an eye at it. I would think, you know, I look fine. Probably change my lip. But yeah, that is my impressions of testing Primark makeup. I don't test a lot of Primark makeup. I do buy bits here and there, but I never really sit down to film like a full testing, and I am pretty happy. Oh. So let me know what you think of this look. Have you tried any of the makeup that I tried? I need to go wipe this off and put a really, really, really hydrating lip mask on, because these are like old raisins. Thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this has inspired you to subscribe to my channel, because I am this good at makeup. Why wouldn't you? Thank you so much, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye!